What's up guys, it's CK here with Valley Boys Digimon TCG. Today I got some locals gameplay. I'm running a KingWhamon deck and playing against a Shoutmon DX. So I start off by hatching the Bukamon egg and going into Gabumon. This is the draw one on play Gabumon, and then Digivolve into the one cost blocker KingWhamon or Sealamon, however you pronounce him. Now my opponent is going to hatch Demimeramon and then just hard play the Shoutmon to get a search on. He's missing a lot of pieces, so he's trying to just find what he needs. Now, the KingWhamon deck is super fun. It just spams out a lot of bodies pretty quickly when you get the right pieces. And you'll see my opponent decides to, with that Shoutmon you get to draw two pieces, so he takes up the Shoutmon and then one Digimon with Blitz, which he gets the Z Greymon. Now back to my turn, I have two memory, so I decide to push up the blocker and play a Davis. Davis is one of the best tamers for blue. Looking over my options, I decided to go with Lobomon, just in case I need that Lobomon for game later, and it will come in handy as you'll soon see. So now my opponent decides to Digivolve into the Shoutmon in his Raising, and then go into the Greymon, and then go into the Omni Shoutmon to pass me over 3, which I would get anyway with the Memory Tamer Davis. So now I hatch another Bukamon, go into a Vmon, and now we're going to on-play the Gabumon. We're just kind of searching for our pieces. We're missing what we need, so we're just going to set up another blocker and just kind of hold him at bay for a little bit longer. Now my opponent's going over, and he's missing pieces as well, so he's just going to play his own Memory Tamer tie. And I think we're at this point kind of at a standstill because neither of us have the pieces we want to go all the way up. So I decided to go into the Aerovitramon just to add a little bit of pressure to the board. He's got jamming anyway, so I'm swinging without worrying too much about what I'm going to hit in security. And then we're going to go into that blue memory boost to search for the missing piece. And I believe the piece I'm missing right now is a level 6, so I'm just going to grab the one cost blocker. I really don't need anything else, and it's just nice to have a one cost Evo option. For some reason, my opponent doesn't push out his Omni Shoutmon. He decides to leave it in Raising and go into Z Greymon there. I'm not something I would do. I would have rather pushed him out and attacked and gotten rid of either the Aerovitramon or the Sealamon if it would have blocked. But anyway, my opponent plays a red memory boost and decides to get a Geo Greymon to hand. Now I'm going to push up the Vmon, and this is where we start going in. So we pop the blue memory boost to gain 2 memory, go into a KingWhamon. Now KingWhamon's going to have a couple of effects kind of flood the board here. So we'll swing, we'll play out, your options are to play out either a Waymon or a level 3, so we play out the Gabumon to draw one. Now his other effect is whenever you play a Digimon from your source, you get to bounce a level 4 or lower back to hand from your opponent's side of the board. Now we'll also gain a memory from Bukamon's Inherited. When you play a Digimon from one of your sources, gain 1 memory. Now I'm counting cards in hand because Aerovitramon gives me security attack +1 if I have more than 8 cards in hand, which I do thanks to the extra draw power. So we'll go ahead and check 2 here. I'm just realizing now there's another Bukamon here, so my opponent lets me gain the other memory that I was due that turn. Now we're going to swing with the little Vmon. Now Gabumon can't attack this turn, but if you recall, we did draw a Lobo, so we'll pay the 2 memory to swing with Lobo first to clear his last security, and then we have the blocker for game. A nice turn to show what KingWhamon is able to do. We're able to clear 4 security and go for game in that one turn. Now game 2, my opponent doesn't have a level 3, so he's just going to have to drop a Tamer, Memory Tamer tie. So I have 4 memory to work with. I'm going to go into the Bukamon, into the Gomamon that I didn't get to see the first turn, such a good card for this deck. Go into the one cost blocker. Then we still have memory to go into the Aerovitramon, who did work game 1. And I think the best course of action is to play our own Memory Tamer, play Davis, and let's go ahead and take that Waymon, since we didn't get to play Waymon the first game. Now, opponent draws and still doesn't see a level 3, so he's left to just hard play the level 4 Digimon, a Greymon, and puts us back to our 3 that we have thanks to our memory setter. So we're just going to Hammer Spark and go back into KingWhamon. Now this is going to proc a lot of effects and basically ruin my opponent's game. We're going to swing with the KingWhamon, who will let us play out the Gomamon. So on play, we'll get to draw 2 cards thanks to Gomamon, gain a memory thanks to Bukamon, and then bounce that level 4 back to hand thanks to KingWhamon's effect. And then we'll also be checking 2 security, since the extra draw power of Gomamon put us over the 8 that we needed to proc Arrow Dramon's effect. So we're going to check 2 security and clear the board. And we hit into a Gaia Force, which obviously he's going to go after the big boy. That's fine, he did his job. We got to clear the board and check 2 security. So now my opponent is left in a tough spot. He's got nothing on board, nothing raising, and down to 3 security. And I decide just to go wide, so I'll Hammer Spark so I can drop a 2-cost Elecmon there to go to 0, and then play a Seakomon since he's going to be at 3 anyway. So my opponent's in a tough spot. I'm not sure if he's drawn a rookie yet. He decides to go into the Agunimon over his only tamer, just so that he can kind of get back some pressure. Hits a Waymon and dies, unfortunately. And then he just hard plays the Geogreymon to erase my little Gomamon. Clearly my opponent's bricking, and it's not a good game for him. Brick games are never fun for anybody. So we're just going to go into a Vmon raising. We're going to start swinging in just to clear whatever's left in security. Elecmon surprisingly lives. Seakomon doesn't. We have 5 memory, so we'll go ahead and Lobo. Swing in with Lobomon to clear the last security. And then with the final 3 memory, we decide to play the Gabumon so we can draw an extra card. And then play a Davis, giving our opponent 4 again, and just grab another blocker. But we pretty much have game. We've cleared his security. There's basically nothing he can do about it. He just plays the red memory boost to try to find pieces again. And finally, he sees a rookie, which obviously he's got to have to take that rookie. But game is pretty much over at this point. But I had a lot of fun running KingWhamon. As you can see, he really floods the board, and I definitely intend on running him again after I make a few changes. And I need to keep in mind some of his abilities. I did miss some abilities throughout the night. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Till next time.